Hello, welcome back to the XASCAR Cessna Cup Series. Today we're here for the Saddle Up 125 at Kentucky Speedway. I believe this is it's either sixth or seventh race of the season. This isn't your typical normal booth. Unfortunately, Dawson Allen could not be with us tonight, so a late change of commentators. Uh, I am now the lead commentator, so I'm still trying to get used to all these buttons, so bear with me. But it's me, Ryan Bogey. Joining me as my color commentator will be Sean Kassane. Sean, you got anything you want to add to this?
Yeah, you could get my name right in the
Oh,
first
my
place.
bad.
But yeah, I'm excited. It's me and your home state, Bogey. We are in Kentucky, and I just wanted to point out I don't like Chase Gibson for being a Tennessee fan, so that's all I have to say. But excited for the race here tonight.
Indeed. Well, unfortunately, this is not actually my home state. So, I,
You
I,
know
I
what?
like I like to say my home state is North Carolina because I've lived there all my life, but that's not where I was born, and I'm not going to give away where I was born because I'm ashamed about it. But
You're a UK fan. You are from Kentucky.
yeah, but yeah, we're here at Kentucky Speedway. We got about 5 minutes left in practice. Right now, it is Alexander Hyder on the with the fastest lap so far with a 31.883, and he is our Fontana winner, so he's looking to get his second win tonight, and he's looking pretty fast already. So right now your top five, we'll pull it up here if we can find someone that's actually on the racetrack. For some reason it's just not working. But we'll pull up the counter here. Now you see your top five is Alexander Hyder with Chris Lilly second. I believe that's Diego Roldan third, Christian Visconti fourth, and then Jason Gallagher fifth.
Yeah, you can see just carnage as the background. Gabe just fun in the grass. Alexander Hyder is definitely a driver. I said this last week and I'll say it again. He is definitely someone you want to watch out for when the playoffs come. He is so fast every single week, and he's had shots to win every race.
Indeed, of course, he is our Fontana winner just a few weeks ago. So currently running pretty decent. I know he's somewhere up there in points. I haven't really checked out points, which actually might be on the Instagram page. So let me check that out real quick. Of course, last week we had Darlington, which was looking to be a very, very good race until the iRacing server said no and completely wiped out some of our fastest guys in the session. And then Corbin Collins took advantage of all of that and went on to get his second win of the season in that Dale Jr. 2017 Exalta throwback.
Yeah, with 2 minutes and 30 seconds here of practice, I just want to say to myself, I ran some laps on this track, and it's definitely a slick track. Definitely different from what I'm used to. With Legacy Kentucky, I've never raced on it, so it's definitely something new. I call myself the old Jeff Burton running around the track before the race.
Yeah, I've never raced on this game at Legacy Kentucky or on the sim. My bad. I did
Yeah, that's
race.
simulator.
Yeah, I did race the Gen 6 cars at the newer repaved Kentucky, but that's about it. You usually don't really see leagues come here, as I guess no one really likes driving this racetrack. But I feel like we're gonna have a fun race tonight. As you see Chris Lilly currently second with one of his teammates. So we got 32 total drivers. Well, at 31, Sean's number does not count.
The 000.
The 000.
Had to get a feel for the track.
As Chris Lilly is just being absolutely bullied in turns 3 and 4. That's just more carnage everywhere. But we got less than a minute to go here in practice. It doesn't look like much is being changed on the leaderboard. The top 10 has pretty much stayed the same. See James USA, he actually just cracked into the top 10. Tying a lap with Hunter Collier. So I'll see if I can find the points standings here. They might have not been made yet. It doesn't look like they have. And closing practice, it's going to be Alexander Hyder topping the charts with Chris Lilly right behind him. So we will be heading into qualifying. Of course, 5 minutes. Each driver gets 2 laps. So you see, and we'll find someone to, I guess, ride on board with if I can figure out camera options here. And Sean, who do you think we should ride on board with?
I don't know. It's a tough one. I think we should ride on board with the Gallagher.
Jason Gallagher, whenever he gets out on the racetrack. And there he is now.
Gallagher's been quick. I've seen him in the top 5, so.
As these camera options don't really work for me. I'm not sure why. Oh, that's not that. So I'm trying to switch camera angles, but it's just not working. So I might have to pull up something else. So we'll just ride around on board with him like this. We're not going to be actually on board with him, but we'll just watch as he goes for his first lap. While I try to figure out why the camera is not working. And switching.
A little loose off it too there. It's
Well,
okay
that was the wrong button.
Seeing them go around this track makes you realize how wide it is. So much opportunity to pass.
And out of turn 4, Gallagher will set a time. That'll put him up into 7th. Took a minute to update there, but he's on his second lap. Looking to improve. Currently improving right now.
Alexander Hyder currently holds P1.
What was that? Well, there's Christian Visconti, I guess. Is that...
Yeah, he currently sits P8 with a 31.7.
Like I said, still trying to get used to all these buttons. As Chris Lilly goes to the top.
Wow.
Now we're just not... Alright, I'm getting rid of... You might see something pull up here. I'm going to open up something real quick. Because those camera options just weren't working very well. So we're going to go with the this one. Right here. And hopefully this will allow us to actually change. Go around. There we go. There's Austin Doran, who just won a few weeks ago at our first road course.
Yeah, also a really fast driver. I've seen him all the way up in the front, many races. And that win definitely backs it up.
Yes, it does. So we got about a minute and 40 left in qualifying. Still a few drivers have not come out on track. Paul Granada. It's actually just two, Paul Granada and Josh Patterson. But out of turn number 4, Austin looking to improve from 15th. See if he did. It doesn't look like he did, so he'll be qualifying 15th. Jason Marshall out on the track. Looks like he just completed his lap. Currently sits 9th. Ryan Barone is stopped on the back straightaway. And those are the only 3 drivers out on the racetrack.
Another person I want to point out, Max Steinmeier in that 23, sitting 7th. I've done other events with him in the past, and he's definitely a really fast driver. People got to watch out for him.
So everybody has set their laps, except for Paul Granada and Josh Patterson, but they most likely, yeah, they don't have time to get out there and actually set a lap, so it looks like it's going to be Chris Lilly getting the pole here at Kentucky. As we'll have to wait for the 30 seconds because people don't know how to hit the ready to race button.
Chris Lilly dethroning Hyder.
So we'll see if I can pull up the qualifying grid here, and then we'll do just the normal things. I'll probably mess up a few names because I'm really bad at names, as I've already messed up yours once. But it's going to be Chris Lilly getting the pole with Alexander Hyder second. I believe they're teammates on, I don't know what that team's called, but I know it's just all owned by Chris Lilly. But we'll see if this pulls up the results here. That did not. Oh, here we go. Show starting grid. All right, so on pole, it's going to be Chris Lilly, and to his outside on the front row, Alexander Hyder. And row number 2, Diego Roldan with Ryan Kame. Row number 3, Ethan Harrison with Jason Gallagher. Row number 4, Matt Steinmeier with Blake Walker. And then rounding out your top 10, Jason Marshall and Aaron Giffen.
Yeah, starting in row number 6, 11th, Hunter Collier with Matthew Dutcher around his outside. Row 7 would be Christian Visconti and Keola Hankins. Row number 8, starting 15th, Austin Doran, and 16th, Matthew Logan. Row 9, Jason Samito, and on his outside would be Quentin Haley. And rounding out your top 20, James Ussa.
USA.
USA, okay. James USA and Marcus Lead, who is outside.
And then starting row 11, Bradley Sawinski. Right beside him is James Bomar. Row 12, Chase Givens with John Mulder. Row number 13, Gabe Gazzola with Connor Trefari. Row 14, Connor Zola with Dimitri Mundris. And then rounding out your top 30, Ryan Barone and Tyson Gifford.
Starting in row 16, Josh Patterson with his outside Paul Granada not setting a qualifying lap.
And then starting last,
Sean Cassane. 33, well, technically 32 drivers in this packed field tonight for Kentucky. Should be a good one. What about the picks to win?
All right, yeah, we'll do that, and I'll go ahead and start. Actually, I'll let you go ahead and start.
Whew, this is a tough one, but I might have to go with my man Christian Visconti. Yes, this is one I don't see, but he is really fast in this league, and I definitely want to see him get one.
I'm going to just go for an easy option here. I'm going to go with that 24 of Alexander Hyder. He's been pretty fast week in and week out. I feel like he gets his second win of the season here at Kentucky.
The safe choice.
All right. So getting ready to start this race. It's going to be Chris Lilly with Alexander Hyder on your front row. As we got 32 total drivers ready to take on Legacy Kentucky for, of course, the Saddle Up 125. As they head through 3 and 4, the pace car is going to peel down pit road. Right now, there he goes. Chris Lilly is going to lead us to the Geico restart zone. And green flag is out here at Kentucky. Out of turn 4, it's going to be Alexander Hyder leading the first lap as everybody is jostling for positions in the back. So you see 3, 4 wide and a few rows.
Side by side for second, Diogo Roldan on the inside of Chris Lilly, trying to take that spot away. Chris Lilly falling back early on the start here.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of that 97 of Diego Roldan this season, as he's missed a few races, but looking to have a strong run here at Kentucky. Come to lap number 3 out of 84. Side by side behind him, Ethan Harrison's going to get around Ryan Kame for that top 5 or for that 4th spot. Oh, he gets up into the wall. So that's going to allow that 84 to get back underneath him to make that pass. And Ethan Harrison looking back on the outside, though, still side by side for this 4th spot. As Alexander Hyder has pretty much pulled away, a big slide job by that 84. Ethan Harrison's going to cross over, though, looking to the inside. And bit of contact. Ethan not giving that 84 a lot of room. That might allow Mac to get underneath them. And here we go, 3 wide now, as someone's in the wall in the back.
Comes Max Steinmeier trying to take advantage of these two. Still 3 wide. Max going to back out of that one.
Yeah, and this track, very, very wide. At least this layout of the track, very, very wide. So you can go 3 and 4 wide and make it work. So you see 3 wide behind him, Jason Gallagher, Jason Marshall, and Austin Doran.
Side by side once again, Ethan Harrison on the inside of that 84 of Ryan Kane.
Yeah, these two still going at it here on lap number 6.
Just can't quite clear him.
Yeah, the top 3 have pretty much pulled away a little bit from the field. So Chris Lilly's getting away from Diego Roldan. Harrison tried to slide up in front of the 84 there, but Kame's still hanging tough to that outside. None of these guys want to give up position early here.
I'll tell you one person that's gaining position, Josh Patterson, started 31st, is already up to 18th.
Yeah, multiple spots gained by that 0-2. I'm pretty sure he won, if I'm not mistaken, he won the Truck Series race this past Monday, if he's the 0-2 in the Truck Series as well. So he's looking for a nice run here. Currently up 18th and 13 spots gained.
3 wide up here. Starting to settle out now. That #1 Fortnite car. It looks to be almost 4.
Yeah, almost 4 wide there. Quinton Haley down low with Matthew underneath Matthew Dutcher. And Dutcher was making a move on the 85 and 1. Now 3 wide, Visconti and Haley almost making contact. That's allowed the one of Hunter Collier to clear both of them. still a lot of positions being swapped back here. Oh, Connor Trafari. He's going to go around in the middle of the pack. He collects a few others.
Oh, and there's more spinning. The 2 car down in the grass.
That's Chase Gibbons in that too. Looks like he keeps it straight. I think I saw Bradley Sawinski also involved in that 28. So we'll try to get these, take a look at this replay real quick, which I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get to those buttons. It's right here. There's 3 wide, and it looks like Samito kind of comes up, netcodes the 9, and then Jafari up into the 00 Bradley Sawinski, and there's Chase Gibbons getting a tap from behind by Paul Granada.
Yeah, that was huge netcode. Connor Trafari definitely not happy about that one.
And no, he is not. Sorry, I'm just trying to set up more things as Connor Trafari, of course, winner back at, I believe, a Chicagoland. Watch it again, closer view. You see the 43 will come up off the apron, and then you see just major netcode right there. And Trafari tried to save it, but ultimately spins back up into the 00 of Hankins, I believe, and Bradley Sawinski. That's a pretty big hit for Bradley Sawinski. Everybody else dodging, and there you see Chase Gibbons. He's going to get a tap from behind by Paul Granada, and he goes for a little spin into the grass.
Only a little bit of damage to the back end. Definitely repairable.
Sorry about that. We had a few drivers in the back pit. You see Aaron Giffen with interesting number plate placement for the Xfinity car. He's got those slanted forward numbers just like the Cup cars. He's out and away, and then Hankins, who was involved in that wreck, getting some repairs. There's Chase Gibbons coming out. John Mulder. Sawinski is fixing a lot of damage. So we'll see if we're coming to the 1 to go this time by. No, we're not. So we're going to go one more lap under pace laps here. So I don't think anyone DNF'd from that, but there's definitely some damaged race cars there. You see Connor Trafari, no back bumper or front bumper. Is he still rocking that throwback paint scheme from last weekend? Or that's just my trading paints? Not updating every single scheme?
Same for me too.
Alright, well then he's got to be in that. I'm just going to say he's in that throwback still.
Looks like I'm going to choose this time. 97 on the apron. Don't know if he's faking or he's actually coming down. Oh, that is the exit of 2. I am seeing things.
You gotta hit that live button, Sean.
Yeah.
We should be coming to the... I believe there's a choose cone in this league, if I'm not mistaken. So we should be coming to that this time by. See which lane these drivers choose. And it looks like Hyder's going to choose the outside. Lilly down low. Rolled up high. Harrison down low. Came up high. And everybody else just picking and choosing from behind.
Yeah, did not expect Hyder picking the top here. Maybe it's just a comfort thing, or I don't know. I have not done enough laps to know this.
And he did get the lead from Chris Lilly on that outside lane. So maybe it's just better on these restarts. As Kentucky seems like one of those tracks where the outside lane definitely works a lot better than the inside. We'll see. Yes, he's going to be the control car this time, as the pace car should be coming down pit road. It's going to be Alexander Hyder leading us back to the green flag. Chris Lilly to his inside. Same front row, just swapped their positions as they're going to enter the restart zone. And green flags back out here at Kentucky Speedway.
Alexander Hyder with a great start.
I see everybody's fanning out for position back here. 3, 4 wide. It almost looks like Fontana. You gotta be careful. One wrong mistake could end multiple drivers' days. As everyone's keeping it straight for right now. Gabe Gazzola almost just got turned right there, so I almost just spoke too soon.
Yeah, just a whole mess of cars here. Visconti, Collier, Walker, Bomar, Granada seem to be in there too. Trying to jockey their way to the front.
As Visconti's going to clear Blake Walker. He might clear Collier here too, and he does.
Right on that back bumper, Gallagher.
Yeah, trying to get into that top 10. That 85 is for that 10th position. So we'll see how he can manage to get around that 85 as he's looking low. As there's a battle in front of them with Matthew Dutcher and Jason Marshall. A few rows ahead of them as well, Austin Duran and Ryan Kane.
Meanwhile, with all this happening, Chris Lilly is seeming to catch Alexander Hyder a little bit at last lap.
Yeah, he's there, but he got passed by Diego Roland on that restart. So that 97 currently running second, and Ethan Harrison having a pretty solid day, currently in fourth. As I'm not really sure what this graphic is going to pull up when I click it. Okay, that just did not do what I wanted it to do, so we're just going to close that back. I don't really have the driver informations, but yeah, he's currently sitting fourth, having a strong run. Of course, it's not really been the best of seasons for this 77, so he's looking for any strong run he can get. So come to lap 20. You know these tires are starting to get a little bit older. Back here, Chase Gibbons, one of those drivers with fresher tires. Currently up to 20th.
Everyone's starting to single file out now.
It's starting to calm down a little bit.
Visconti's still on the move though, on the inside of Dutcher. It looks like he's just going to not be able to clear him.
Oh, he's going to squeeze though. He's not clear. So that was very close for comfort there. It looks like he's going to clear Dutcher right here. And he will, so he's going to get up into that 9th spot. And this 80 of Christian Visconti, he is on a move right now.
All this is going on. Alexander Hyder starting to pull away now, get a little gap in there. Gallagher looks to the inside of Dutcher. Not going to be able to get it, and he's going to be passed on the outside by Hunter Collier.
Oh, we got one spinning in the back. That's Dimitri Mundris. That's going to bring out our second caution. Another car involved there. That's the 16 of Connor Zola. I think the 22 of James Yusa was also involved. Take a look back at that replay. So I'm not quite sure what exactly happened to the 17. So here he is, turns 1 and 2, underneath the 22 and looks like 56. And, oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. I think that was the 56.
Logan.
Yeah. I'm not sure what number that was, but this very colorful car came off the wall and turned down right into the 17.
Yeah, Matthew Logan, the 41, just hits the wall. Has nothing to do but try to keep it off and just collected the 17. Connor Zola, just an innocent bystander there.
Yeah, him and the 22, just innocent bystanders.
As the whole field's down pit road now, except for Alexander Hyden and a couple other people.
Let me get back live here because people are pitting.
Looks like everyone but the top four pitted.
Looks like it's going to be Austin Duran out first. So Alexander Hyder, Diego Roldan, Ethan Harrison, and Ryan Kame all stayed out there.
Yeah, with these guys having 4 tire sets, it is an 84-lap race. You could split this into quarters, but honestly, I don't think you'd be using that many tire sets. It looks like Hyder's coming down pit road. 1 lap later,
It looks like
brings down Roldan and 84.
Interesting strategy. Maybe they're just trying to maybe top off on fuel, or they didn't know pit road was open at the time. This is gonna ruin all kinds of track position they had. But Ethan Harrison, he's still gonna stay out, and he's gonna be on really old tires.
Looks like the top 4 just thought everyone would stay out, but no, that is the exact opposite. Alexander Hyder not happy with his thoughts there, as I'm hearing over the radio.
Is Dimitri trying to get his car fixed? We did have a lucky dog there. I forgot who was a lap down. I think it was John Mulder in that 73. So he's back on the lead lap. Still pacing, and it looks like we had a DNF. Oh, never mind, he's back. That is Matthew Logan, who was involved in that earlier, or this latest caution. So it looks like still no DNFs. Of course, you don't count.
Choose cone. Ethan picks the top, Duran on the bottom. Ethan the only one on old tires. Chris Lilley is going to be quick to pounce on that number 77, as it looks like the tires mean a lot here. So,
yeah, I'd say so, especially a track this wide where you can make multiple moves to get around this 77. As we'll see what happens here.
Look at the track position Visconti gained, though. He's all the way up to second on the inside lane. My pick. You better watch out for him. Your top 5 being Ethan Harrison, Austin Duran, Chris Lilly, Jason Marshall, and Max Steinmeier. Oh, I got that wrong. The scoring is not up to date here. Going green though.
Pace car down. Ethan Harrison should get a good launch here, but they would probably get him somewhere in between 1 or 2 as green flags back out here at Kentucky. Nice launch by that 77, but a great launch by that 25 for starting second. As Duran looking high, Ethan's going to block it. Now he looks low. He's going to sit it into the corner. And he's going to easily pass that 77 who's on older tires. Now here comes the rest of the field. Going to try to get around Ethan Harrison. There you see Visconti looking low. I think Chris Lilly will follow a suit. As actually Visconti gets tight. Here comes Chris Lilly, 3 wide underneath. Visconti's going to clear back. Now Visconti clears. Here comes Chris Lilly. He's going to get around. All these drivers get around. Jason Marshall going to get stuck. He's going to actually go 3 wide. Almost making contact with that 23. As he had to slow up a lot there.
Ethan Harrison falling back quickly. Paul Granada gets loose on the bottom. Oh, he tags James Bomar.
Oh, he's up into the wall. And he's going to go around down into the middle of the pack. Everybody's going to avoid him. As I believe no one hit him or went spinning, so good job to everybody there to avoid him. But we have our 3rd caution of the night. Time to click all of these buttons again just to get the replay set up. Like that, and then replay. So here we go, just everyone trying to get around Ethan Harrison. Paul Granada is going to get loose. He gets on that apron, he gets loose up the racetrack, tags James Bomar. Bomar gets up into the wall and then spins right in front of the field. Luckily, no one else was involved.
Yeah, Alexander Hyder had to take evasive action in the grass. Definitely a reason why track position is key here. Oh, as it looks like Paul Granada, or not, James Bomar just wrecked Paul Granada under caution.
I guess he was not too happy with that. Number 8, as this is not live, this is still replay, but we'll see. James Bomar, he comes up to the back bumper of this 8. Oh yeah, showing his displeasure there. So around goes Paul Granada. So that's probably going to be some type of penalty awarded to that number 20. This Granada's going to get it back straight.
It just looked like a case of netcode, but still, when you get hit, you're still not going to be happy.
Granada's still in 9th, but he's got a lot of back bumper damage. So he might have to come down pit road here. So it looks like, I think James Bomar either left or maybe got kicked from the session. He joins James Yusa on being out of this race.
Yeah, it looks like Bomar has retired the car.
Actually, is that 20? Actually, no, that 22 is not out. That's my apologies. He just wasn't pulling up. He is 1 lap down, though.
Choose going happening. Austin Doran picks the outside with Christian Visconti surprisingly follow him, allowing Chris Lilly to have that inside on the restart.
Could be a smart move by that 80. Of course, we typically see second place on the front row not get the best of starts, because it's really hard to time it with the leader. Going to be this.
Someone we haven't talked about. Oops, sorry, you go.
You go. I wasn't going to really say anything
What
important.
I haven't talked about is Quentin Haley. He's up in the top 10. Just looking to have a good night here as we're coming to the Geico restart zone.
Yeah, and he was suspended earlier this season for wrecking that car actually behind him of Gabe Gazzola under caution back at Vegas. That's really his only highlight this season. We're about to go back green, as it's going to be Austin Duran with Chris Lilly. Green flags back out here at Kentucky Speedway.
As you said, not a good start for that inside line. Visconti, oh, Visconti almost got the quarter of Dutcher.
And he falls back to Dutcher. Now here comes Collier underneath him as well. But he's going to sit it on Dutcher, shoves Dutcher out of the groove, and he's going to get back in front of Matthew Dutcher. I don't think Dutcher's going to be too happy about that, as he's trying to look for another run on that 80. As everyone behind them jostling for positions. They see Quentin Haley trying to go 3 wide on Gallagher and Marshall. And he's looking in the middle. Here he comes now. Almost making contact with that 85. That was almost a catastrophe. But he's going to lose the position to that 85. And, oh, almost just turned himself on the 46 of Ryan Barone. As he's looking for another run on Jason Gallagher here. And here he comes underneath, trying to send it in. But I don't think he's going to be able to clear that 85 with a 3 and away. Maybe he will. Yes, he will. Quentin Haley up into 8th now. Jason with the crossover underneath. Ooh, Quentin Haley not giving him a lot of room. Oh my goodness.
Him.
Nice save by that 85. Quentin Haley did not give him a lot of room off that corner. Jason Gallagher going to lose a ton of time here. 3 wide with 56 of Marcus Vanderlee and Alexander Hyder, who's still trying to regroup. Gallagher still losing multiple positions. There's Ethan Harrison, who came down pit road that last time by. So he's got the freshest tires on the field, but it's only for about 2 laps. Meanwhile, up front, Austin Duran has about a half a second lead over Chris Lilly. Back here, they're still battling pretty hard. Ooh. Oh my goodness.
They saved it. I saw that one coming.
I don't know how they saved it. Blake Walker almost got turned into the 84, but they all kept it straight.
And they're just going to go back to racing like nothing happened.
Nothing at all. Ooh, Hyder almost just got into Ryan Barone there. Kind of got a bit loose. There's Chase Gibbons to his outside. Meanwhile, in front of them, Gabe Gazzola trying to pass Quentin Haley for that 8th spot.
Gabe Gazzola's been on the move. Great restart for him.
Currently up 16 spots. Not our biggest mover right now. That goes to Ryan Barone right behind him. 19 spots gain from where he qualified. We actually have some pretty big movers in this top 10. Your leader, Austin Duran, started 14 positions back. Christian Visconti started 10 positions back. Quentin Haley started 10 positions back. And then, of course, we mentioned Gabe Gazzola, 16. Ryan Barone, 19. A lot of these drivers who started mid-pack or in the back up front here in the middle of this race.
Yeah, Alexander Hyder, which I believe was one of the guys that pitted one lap later, already up to P11.
And he's just gotten into the top 10, passing Ryan Barone. Now he's going to set his sights on Gabe Gazzola in that number 18.
As Dawson Allen would say, cue the shark theme, the Jaws theme.
Of course, Dawson Allen being the main commentator, not here tonight as he had something come up. So we wish him good luck on whatever it is. And we hope for the best for our main commentator of this series.
Isn't the same with Adam.
Gabe Gazzola has a nice run on Quentin Haley, but not going to be able to get underneath him. As Chase Givens, something happened to him in the front stretch there. He lost a few positions. Back behind Gallagher now in 15th. Looks like the front of the field is kind of calming down a little bit. It's Christian Visconti trying to close in on Chris Lilly, as Lilly has kept it to about 4/10 back, 5/10 back, or half a second back from that 25 so far. Back here, Alexander Hyder trying to pass Gabe Gazzola for that 9th spot. We know that 24 has a fast car. It's just getting around these guys. That's going to be a challenge for him as he gets around Gabe for 9th. Going to set his sights on Quentin Haley. You see two other drivers that pitted around that 24. Diego Roldan, he's currently up to 12th. Ethan Harrison, who was the last one to pit, and really the only one up front to pit under that last caution, he currently sits 13th.
Yeah, meanwhile up in the front, Chris Lilly starting to knock down some time on Austin Doran. Visconti falling in his trail.
So we got about 39 and a half laps to go. Still one more pit stop this race. As you see someone coming down pit road, that's the 91, I believe. Tyson Gifford.
Yeah, he was having a little bit of internet issues. Blinking down the front stretch. Chris Lilly's there.
Yeah, Chris Lilly, Christian Visconti, they've caught up to your race leader of Austin Doran.
Dirty air not seeming to affect Chris Lilly as he's trying to look to the inside here. Not going to do it this time. Except it goes the outside.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's this 53 and 80 having good long run cars or if it's that 25 having a bad short or long run car. But we'll see how long it takes them to get around Austin Doran, as if it takes them a little bit, we might see Matthew Dutcher, Hunter Collier, and Max Steinmeier close in. But here comes Chris Lilly underneath that 25, and he's probably going to send it in here into turn 1.
Oh, washes up into him. Oh, that is tight.
Yeah, did not get the entry he wanted, but he might be able to get the exit. And he looks like he's going to be clear of that 25. As he enters turn 3.
Oh, Visconti loose into that corner. Almost got in 25. There's a caution on track.
It's Jason Gallagher in that 85, and he's got heavy front end damage. And he's going to tow it to the pit lane.
just as things were getting good.
Yeah, and his team owner actually just took the race lead too. So that's very unfortunate. So we'll go see what happened to Jason Gallagher. Here we go, racing with Quentin Haley. As they're just making contact through 1 and 2. On the back straightaway here, they're still stuck together. Still stuck together. And, oh wow, and Ethan Harrison also spinning. He's all onto it, but I don't know if Quentin Haley, he started to come down and forced Jason Gallagher into Ethan Harrison.
Yeah, I heard over the radio, Ethan Harrison not happy about what happened. He's like, what is going on?
I mean, I don't blame him. These two were making contact pretty much all the way through turns 1 and 2. And they came down the racetrack. Looks right into Ethan Harrison and Ryan Barone. A hard hit for this 85.
Don't know if that was tempers or they were just literally glued together, but
so we got drivers on pit road. Everybody coming down taking 4 tires and fuel. Chris Lilly's going to be the first one out. Visconti second, then Matthew Dutcher third. So I'm not entirely sure if you can make it from here, as we got about 35 laps to go. Gifford's going to get the lucky dog. He's going to be now 2 laps down. I don't think we're coming to the choose this time by. No, we're not. So Jason Gallagher will most likely join our DNF board with James Bomar. As everybody out here is going to be on 4 fresh tires. As I'm pretty sure you can make it on fuel from here. But I will see, as everyone still has about 1 to 2 tire sets left.
how about Matthew Dutcher, second place? We haven't talked about him a lot.
Yeah, Matthew Dutcher in that 7. He's run up front in a few of these races. Hasn't been able to find victory lane. Maybe he can change that tonight. We got a few drivers up here. Most of these drivers up here still looking for their first wins of the season. Actually, everybody in the top 10, or all but 2 drivers in the top 10 still looking for their first wins of the season. Alexander Hyder and Austin Doran both have won this season. I don't think Hunter Collier has, but I could be wrong. But everyone else, 0 victories between all of them this season. As Lilly's going to choose high, Visconti's going to go low.
Visconti going to take that front row for once.
We'll see how good of a start he gets. So you see some of these drivers who were faster early on starting to make their way up here. Alexander Hyder right now 8th, and then you have Diego Roldan, who was running up here in the top 3. He is 6th, well 5th now on this restart. And you got some new players like Jason Marshall, Gabe Gazzola up here in this top 10. Look at the battle. And how about the 62 of Aaron Giffen?
Yeah. He was involved in the first wreck, I think.
One of the first wrecks. Currently sits just outside the top 10. Same for Jason Samito. There's Ethan Harrison right there too. Gonna try to regroup to get up here. The pace car coming down pit road. It's gonna be Chris Lilly leading us to the green flag once again. Just shy of 30 laps to go. Entering the Geico restart zone, and green flag back out here at Kentucky. Ooh, Visconti shoves wide. Almost
around goes Gabe
Oh,
Casola.
no. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty big wreck.
That is a big
Oh,
one.
Quinton Haley and Blake Walker taking big hits to that inside wall, and this is a huge one on the back straightaway. There's Paul Granada, Connor Zola.
Matthew Logan, Keola Hankins, Ethan Harrison once again caught up in another wreck. He has got to be fuming.
Go back, take a look at what happened. It started with Gabe Gazzola, who was the first one to go around. And there's going to be a lot to look at here. So here we go, coming to the restart. As Gabe Gazzola doesn't really get the best of launches. That sacks up the inside lane. That allows Marcus van der Lee to go 3 wide underneath. Get alongside Gabe Gazzola. I don't know if he's the cause of the 18 spinning. He is not. Gabe Gazzola comes up into Hyder. And around he goes, and just everybody gets collected here. There's Ryan Kame, John Mulder, Bradley Sawinski, Connor Zola, James Yusa.
Jafari and Granada.
And Blake Walker and pretty sure Quinton Haley. They both took pretty big hits into that inside wall. Let's take a look at this. I see there were multiple drivers actually very loose. Josh Patterson and Ryan Kame and Quinton Haley all were losing it as well. See, just multiple drivers taking big hits there. So we'll see what happened to Ethan Harrison. As he went around because of Gabe, but then he gets hit by a few other drivers here. 56. Just a tough break for the 77 who needed a good run today. And it looks like it's not gonna end, but it's definitely gonna be heartache for the rest of this race.
Yeah, it seems like week in and week out, just unlucky for Ethan Harrison. He's definitely gonna get a race to go his way soon.
So it doesn't look like anyone really elected to pit there besides all the cars that were involved in that wreck. So we'll see if any of them have brought it to the garage. We'll pull back up the lap counter here. Yeah, you see Ethan Harrison, Gabe Gazzola, Gifford, Logan, Walker, Haley, they're all still on pit road and they've all gone a lap down or two. Walker and Haley are definitely probably out of this race. Everybody else might try to get back out there. So while we're under this break, I guess we'll take a look at your fastest lap today. So let me look down the list here. It looks like it's a tie right now. Actually, it was just beaten by this lap time. It looks like it's going to be Austin Duran with the fastest lap today, a 31.54. So I don't know if anyone's going to beat that with this track changing or not. As they come out of turn number 4, we should be coming to the choose cone this time by.
The track temp is only getting colder from here, so
So Lily up high, Visconti down low. Christian wants to try it again on that inside lane. So we'll see if it works this time.
Top 5, Chris Lilly in first, Christian Visconti in second, with Matthew Dutcher, Hunter Collier, and Max Steinmeier rolling out your top 5. Later on back, 97, Diego rolled in with Alexander Hyder on his outside, Austin Doran, and Aaron Griffin rounding out the top 10.
So base car should be coming in this time by. We just had a few more drivers DNF after that restart wreck. But it's going to be Chris Lilly and Christian Visconti once again leading us to the green flag as they enter the restart zone. Green flags back out here at Kentucky. Not a good restart for Visconti. Here comes Matthew Dutcher to his outside. Dutcher's going to try to clear that 80, and he's not going to as Visconti's still battling underneath. As Visconti's going to send it into the corner, kind of shove up into the 7 a little bit there, shoving Matthew Dutcher wide. He's done that a few times. So you see Steinmeier and Hunter Collier battling behind for that 4th spot. Looks like that 23 almost got clear. And speaking of clear, Christian Visconti sent it way into the corner, got clear of Matthew Dutcher. Dutcher all over his back bumper now, giving him a little bit of a draft down the back straightaway. But Christian Visconti is going to clear for 2nd. As that 23 and 1 still battle for 4th. Don't look now, Alexander Hyder, who was one of our faster cars, looking to get into this top 5, trying to pass Steinmeier. Looking to the outside. If he can get a good run in 3 and 4, he will have that 23 clear. Meanwhile, Christian Visconti all over the back bumper of Chris Lilly. Trying to look for that lead. Right now it's just a train. No one really side by side until you get further back. Meanwhile, how about this? Josh Patterson, he has found his way into this top 10. He did not set a qualifying lap, so he basically started last. 21 spots gained. Right now, our biggest mover tonight.
Yeah, definitely a good job by Josh. He's been making his way through the field all night, back and forth, and now he's found his spot in 10th. Trying to find a good points day for him. As Visconti still holds behind Chris Lilly, waiting to pounce. Laps winding down. These drivers are starting to get impatient. I could see Alexander Hyder trying to get in the inside of Hunter Collier.
Yeah, but you also want to save your tires. This is still going to be a long run to the end if you stay out all the way. This is going to be, I believe, a 35 lap run on these tires. So you'll definitely start seeing the pace fall off towards the end of this, and it's probably already starting to fall off now. It's going to be a lot harder to pass. While all of that is happening back here, Chase Gibbons got around Josh Patterson for 10th. And he now sets the sights on Austin Duran.
Chase Gibbons, a guy we haven't seen a lot tonight, whether it's been the Rex or just the raw pace, as Christian Visconti on the inside for the lead.
Here he comes, trying to pass Chris Lilly. Lilly with that outside advantage, he's going to stay in front of that 80. As we come to 19 laps to go this time by. As here comes Hyder underneath. Collier trying to pass him. He's going to probably send hard into turns 1 and 2 here, but Collier is going to stay on his outside. Hyder still battling tough underneath. Big sin by that 24, going to try to come up and clear the 1. Looks like he will, so Alexander Hyder up into 4th. Slowly making his way through the field. As Austin Duran got around Jason Marshall, or is trying to get around Jason Marshall back here for that 8th spot, and he will clear that number 3. So up front, they come to lap Ethan Harrison. As Chris Lilly, he's kind of pulled a gap over.
Oh!
Wow.
That was close.
Ethan Harrison off pace. Matthew Dutcher almost ran into the back of him. As here comes Hyder underneath Dutcher for that 3rd spot. So they're about a second back from the leaders, but Hyder can get around this 7 pretty quickly. He can definitely run them down. And he's going to send it into turns 3 and 4. Make sure to go up to that middle lane to block Matthew Dutcher. And he's going to clear that 3 as they come up to another lap car. I think that's Marcus Vanderlee. As Visconti kind of falling back from Chris Lilly.
Diego Walden under Max Steinmeier.
This is for 7th.
Looks like Steinmeier with a veil.
As you see back here, Austin Duran and Jason Marshall going at it once again for that 8th spot. Duran is going to keep that position. As we got 15 laps to go. Chris Lilly has pulled about a half a second lead over Christian Visconti now, and he's got about a second lead over Hyder.
Hyder's coming quick.
Yeah, Hyder's gonna have to get around this 80 pretty quickly here, but we still got 14 laps.
Another lap car in front of Chris Lilly. Looks like Connor Trafari. Not the night he wanted.
Connor Trafari, a teammate to that 53, but also a teammate to that 24, I believe. So we'll see if he plays a factor here. He's running that middle lane. Poor Christian Visconti might be outnumbered here.
Yeah, not the past 2 races, actually, for Connor Trafari. Darlington with all those connection issues. He had trouble even before those issues.
Yeah, but he does have something to keep in mind. He does have that win. Don't really know how the playoff system works, but if it's winning, you're locked in. You keep that in mind as he went on to win Chicagoland a few weeks back. Going to 12 laps to go. Alexander Hyder has closed into the back bumper of Christian Visconti. So if we were to have a caution now, I'd say come down pit for 4 fresh tires. But if we have a caution with 5 laps to go, we might see some drivers maybe stay out trying to play strategy to get the win. Hyder still all over the back bumper of Visconti. So we got 11 laps to go.
All the way down in the apron. That's just a lap car all the way against the wall. That's the 91. No problem there.
Back here, Max Steinmeier trying to get around the 1 and the 7. Couldn't quite do it. Now here comes Diego Roldan. As they're going to make contact.
Oh, contact.
91 respectfully getting out of the way. As Roldan trying to clear Mack here. As Collier looks to the inside. Try to look to the inside of Dutcher there. As Hyder got around Visconti. He's about a second back from Chris Lilly with less than 10 to go.
Now Visconti losing to Chris Lilly, losing that spot to Hyder. Visconti wants to follow Hyder, follow his line, try to get up to Chris Lilly maybe if they want a shot at this. Time's running out though.
Time is running out. It's just that 53 has pretty much been up front this whole run. This 24 has had to battle multiple people, so we'll see if his tires are worn. But he gained a little bit there on the 53. Back here, Steinmeier gets back around Roldan. As further back, Austin Doran and Chase Givens are going at it for 9th. As Hyder, he's closing in on Chris Lilly. It's about a 6/10 of a second lead, coming to 7 laps to go.
Gained a 10th that lap for Alexander Hyder.
Yeah, we mention it time and time again. It's one thing to catch him. It's another thing to pass him. So now it's less than half a second. Now, if you're Chris Lilly, you might want to change your line here. Maybe run right where that 24 is running. Let's try to give him a little bit of dirty air.
He's definitely looking in the mirrors now. 2/10 that lap. Hyder's there.
As we got multiple lap cars, that's Ethan Harrison, I believe the 91. It's coming to 5 laps to go. Chris Lilly looking for his first one of the season as they lap Ethan Harrison once again. It is now down to about 3/10 from him and Alexander Hyder. See Lilly running that middle lane, Hyder running that inside in 1 and 2, but they're both running about the same lane in turns 3 and 4. Hyder's going to look a bit lower. All over the back bumper of Chris Lilly now. And a nice run coming off the quarter. He's going to dive low. Lilly's going to block. Edge of the grass, Hyder goes. But he's still going to stay side by side. 4 laps to go.
Now I know exactly what Visconti thinking he touches him.
Oh, that was close. The 24 almost spun, but they've kept it straight.
Visconti is rooting for these guys to hit each other, trying to find any way possible to get back up there.
Hyder going to have to regroup a little bit here after almost spinning in turns 1 and 2. Coming to 3 laps to go this time by. Chris Lilly going to try to block the whole racetrack for his first win of the season.
He is not going down without a fight.
If I'm not mistaken, these two are teammates, but of course there's no teammates racing for the win here in any type of motorsport, really, unless it's F1. But Hyder back on the back bumper of Lilly, looking high. Lilly's going to block him up to the wall. As we come to 2 laps to go. Gabe Gazzola, a lap car coming up. Hyder's going to look low again. Couldn't quite get down there. Is Gabe Gazzola going to run that wall out of the way? As they pulled a second on Visconti, it looks like Visconti's going to settle for third unless these two wreck each other. Here we go. Hyder's going to have one more lap to do it. Almost into the wall. Might have scraped it a little bit, but coming to the white flag. He's looking high on Chris Lilly. Lilly's going to block him high. Hyder's going to stay behind him.
Up in that high line, trying to get a run off the corner. Great center of the corner. He's going to try to look to the outside of Lilly here.
Lilly's going to block, but he gets up there. Here comes Alexander Hyder up high above Chris Lilly. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Hyder with the advantage right now. Chris Lilly going to go up there into side draft. And out of the turn 4. They're side by side coming to the line. It's going to be, oh my goodness.
Alexander Hyder barely edges him out. What a finish.
Alexander Hyder with his second win of the season. Beating Chris Lilly by 4/100ths of a second, it looks like. Visconti comes on third, Collier fourth, Steinmeier fifth, and Roland sixth. And there you see the rest of your top 10. What a finish here at Kentucky. As the one of Alexander Hyder is going to come to the front straight away to burn it down for a second win of the season.
Absolutely insane. Alexander Hyder steals it here at Kentucky with a last corner move. Who saw that one coming? Just a phenomenal job by Chris Lilly tonight. He had it in his grasp. This won't be the end of it. Chris Lilly.
We'll definitely still see these two up front battling each other, maybe for more wins. Take a look at this white flag again. Hyder made a really nice move in 1 and 2 to get alongside, to get to Chris Lilly's outside on the back straightaway here. And that's really what helped him win, because he got that run off of turn number 4. Chris Lilly tried, but just could not get there at the end. So you see out of 4, they're going to start dooring each other. As Chris Lilly trying, ultimately coming up short. We'll try to get a good... Oh, wrong button, my bad. We'll try to get a good thing here. As I might have to do it through the iRacing settings, because that doesn't have that, so sorry. I know this is not really... how you do it, but there you go, right there.
Just by a nose. Half a car, really.
Yeah, almost half a car there. Alexander Hyder beats Chris Lilly to the line. So we'll go down and get some interviews now, as we'll open up the Discord. Let me ping them to tell them to come wait in the waiting room.
While we do that, let's go through the finishing results.
Oh yeah. Let me pull that back up. Let me see if I can find them here. Here we go. So Your winner here tonight at Kentucky Speedway, Alexander Hyder passes Chris Lilly in a photo finish. Of course, Chris Lilly coming home second, Christian Visconti third, Hunter Collier fourth, and rounding out your top five, Matt Steinmeier, Diego Roldan sixth, Matthew Dutcher seventh, Jason Marshall eighth, Chase Gibbons ninth, and rounding out your top 10 is Austin Doran.
11th, Keola Hankins. Jason Samito coming home in 12th. 13th, Ryan Barone. 14th, James USA. And a great race from Josh Patterson, not setting a lap in practice or qualifying, brings home the top 15. Paul Granada in 16th. Aaron Giffen in 17th. Ryan came 18th. Connor Zola 19th. And rounding out your top 20, Dimitri Munderos.
Finishing P21, John Mulder, and then rounding out your cars on the lead lap, Bradley Sawinski in 22nd. Connor Trafari 1 lap down in 23rd. Marcus Vanderlee 2 laps down in 24th. Tyson Gifford 3 laps down in 25th. Ethan Harrison 4 laps down in 26th. Gabe Gazzola 21 laps down in 27th. Matthew Logan 28th. Blake Walker 29th. And then Quentin Haley rounds out your top 30.
Jason Gallagher, 31st. 32nd will be James Bomar, and the one and only Sean Cassane, 33rd. Not starting the race, obviously, but it's just happy to see my name up there.
So the top 3 is still not in the waiting room. As I'll tag I'll tag them. Can't really find Hyder's Discord. But honestly, Christian, for what we learned, Christian Visconti could just join this booth whenever he wants. Oh wait, they are in the waiting room. I just didn't see him. So we'll pull up Christian Visconti first, and I'll interview him.
Try to. Oh.
All right, Christian, it's the JCTV guys in the booth. You got a copy?
I do. Yeah, it's me.
So you talked to us a little bit before the race, looking for a strong run tonight, and a strong run you had, finishing third. Not too bad for that number 80 machine. Unfortunately, just couldn't keep up with Alexander Hyder and Chris Lilly there at the end, but still at third place. How do you feel?
It made my whole week, man. I'm gonna go to bed tonight just ecstatic, huge smile on my face that I got third in this coveted race. Yeah, just means the world to me and my group of guys, you know.
Nice third place for you. So yeah, is there anyone you would like to shout out? Sponsors, drivers, teammates, anybody?
I like to shout out myself for being the best in the world. I don't know who the 7 car is, but I was beefing with him a bit in the race. I'd like to issue a formal apology.
Yeah,
I beat him, so it doesn't matter. I tried to defend for my boy Chris Lilly there, but AJ Hyder is secretly like a Coke Series driver on an alt account. I could not defend. I'd like to issue a huge apology to Chris Lilly. He's got this place smothered and covered, but not well enough. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, you mentioned that beef with the 7. Every time you got side by side with him, you kind of just doored him up the racetrack. You think there's any tensions for that coming into this season or next race?
Not on my end, because I'll probably forget about it by like Saturday. I guess it depends what he does. I personally don't care, so we'll see, I guess.
All right, well, Christian, congrats on your third place tonight. I'm not really for sure what next week is, but I'll see you there.
Oh, I can't wait. I wake up every Wednesday ecstatic to race XASCAR.
A very, very ecstatic human being there. of Christian Visconti. But we're going to take it down to Sean Cassane for the interview with Chris Lilly.
Oh, oh,
Chris Lilly is the boys JCTV booth. You got a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
Oh, it's so heartbreaking. Only losing by half a door, just absolutely heartbreaking. But you had a very good race. You had a very dominant car in the long run. Take me through how your car felt and how you got to that lead.
Car felt good. Stayed ahead of all the trouble. I was driving the track a little differently than everybody, so I guess it kind of paid off with the tire saving, and we were good on the long run. But obviously not good enough. So yeah.
Yeah, very charging AJ Hyder, Alexander Hyder. But what was your combat to him? You know, coming up on you. Did you try to take his line away? Did you try to have the top? What were you doing?
I searching for speed. He had speed. I didn't have speed. I tried to get speed anywhere I could. I knew he was coming. I had to play a couple more lines more defensively. Like in one, I had to run the bottom more just so he couldn't send me. And it definitely didn't pay off as much as I wish it could have. But I wasn't going to wreck him. I wasn't going to wall them. I know we got close in that one time when he was down on the grass, but I just tried to do whatever I could to keep him behind me, and obviously it wasn't enough.
Yeah, super clean finish. We love to see it in XASCAR, just 4/100ths of a second from a victory. But you got any sponsors, shout outs, teammates, anyone?
Not really. Just go to Crystal Designs. That's me. I'm cool. I make cool paint schemes. But I'm happy AJ was able to race me clean. I know a lot of other people would have just got to me and moved me out of the way. So it's always nice racing teammates for wins, but yeah, that's about it.
That would be your second place finisher, Chris Lilly. Heartbreaking, but definitely a good result. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Now we're going to take it down to Ryan Bogey with a race winner, Alexander Hyder.
All right, AJ, boys up here in the JCTV booth, you got a copy?
Got you, buddy.
All right, well, a thrilling finish there with you and teammate Chris Lilly, and picking up your second win of the season. First, we'll go through your whole race a little bit here. We saw with those first pit stop, those first round of pit stops, you stayed out an extra lap. Was there a bit of confusion there?
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely a mistake on my part. I did the math wrong, thinking that we'd still have to do 2 stops, but I realized that when everyone else pitted, it'd just be a guaranteed 1 stop. So yeah, I messed up there. Had to start in the back. I thought it was over from there because passing was already hard to begin with, it seemed like. But things just went our way. We only got a couple cautions after that, and that last run was important as I was able to get around a couple more guys, and I got to the point where I was chasing down Chris for the win. I just had to hit my marks, make sure I didn't mess up, and for the most part, it was pretty clean. There was a little bit of bumping and a little bit of banging, but we didn't wreck, so that was good. It's nice to race Chris like that. I know he's a little bit annoyed about that. He really deserves a win for sure, but I also want to win too. It's just how it is.
Yeah, and you mentioned you basically had to start from the back about middle of this race, but you avoided all the chaos and passed. We had about maybe a 34 lap run there at the end, and I believe you restarted 8th on that final restart, and you got past all of them to pick up the victory here. So any sponsorship shout outs, teammate shout outs, anyone shout outs before you head out here?
Well, of course, again, I want to thank Chris for racing me clean there. It was a good show. Hopefully it was on the stream. I also want to thank Express Esports, Outlier Speed Co., everyone at Uprise, and all my teammates. Really great guys, and I think that's it.
I would like to add in a question here. What do you think about the accusations from Christian Visconti of you being an undercover Coca-Cola driver?
My lawyers have told me that I can't discuss that.
All right, well, Hyder, congrats on your win tonight, your second win of the season. I'm not sure what track next week is, but definitely should be a fun one, and I'll see you there.
All right, appreciate it.
So that's gonna do it for tonight. And just one last thing. Chase Gibbons was running a Tennessee paint scheme tonight, and just like Tennessee men's basketball, he was nowhere close to that top 4. So yeah, thank you all for coming out here and watching. Again, sorry about this whole broadcast thing with Dawson Allen being gone. I'm still kind of new to all of these buttons, but I slowly got used to it, I feel. Sean, is there anything you would like to add?
Nothing really, just overall pretty solid race. It was semi-clean with a couple wrecks here and there, but an amazing finish. I mean, that was just awesome. The last corner. But yeah, just excited for next week as always, and I might be in the booth. I think I should be in the booth next week, yes.
Well, hopefully Dawson Allen is back with us. If not, then I'll take over once again. Here's the schedule. This is what I was looking for. So it looks like we will be heading to Atlanta. Is it New Atlanta? Is it Old Atlanta? I have no idea. It doesn't specify. But we will be heading to Atlanta for... Oh, it is. Okay, it is.
It looks like the new one, I think.
It looks like it's Old Atlanta, actually, from the Season 4 special scheme events. So I'm just going to say it's Legacy Atlanta, so that should be fun. Tire wear is going to be awful there, but that should make it really fun to watch. So I'm Ryan Bogey. Thank you, Sean, for joining me tonight. And we will see you guys next week at Atlanta.